I always talk about the veil breaking down, whatever technology is tied to that breaking down. One thing I hadn't considered until just waking up a little while ago is that it affects dreams. Well, why wouldn't it? It's all connected, it's all together. Dreams, I have hypothesized in the past, are just mini versions of this. Because last night, or whenever it was, during the dream, I made a phone call. And the significance of that is that you usually can't do that in a dream because numbers aren't in dreams. But you have a hard time remembering them. You can't see them. You can't read anything in a dream. It's like the rendering is set a bit lower for a dream than it is this place. So I was in a situation like in these kind of dream-like scenarios that just didn't make any sense. And I was really in a bind, and I was trying to call my family home growing up. And somehow I remember the number, and I called it. I dialed it. My old house growing up, my old address. When I was like, I don't know, a kid, like a little kid, I had this number in my head. So when I called the number, someone answered it. But it wasn't anyone I knew. It sounded like an Indian guy. And he sounded real surprised that I called the number. And his voice on the phone, which I haven't really ever heard in a dream, because you don't usually talk to people on the phone. He seemed like just surprised, I guess would be the description of it. So shortly after that happened, these two guys came and picked me up. Or they came to me and kind of started hanging around. Or they just came and picked me up from wherever I was. And it's like the movie theater in the dream thing. And these guys were, when I say old, they looked young. But they were like, well, one of them had like a suit of armor on. The suit of armor was really dusty and old, like those warriors, those Chinese ones that there's thousands of them, where they're like statues. I forget the name of it, but he was like one of those, and it was like this black suit of armor. It looked dusty and old. He didn't say anything, but he had a real talky friend who also seemed kind of Asian-esque, So they came and they weren't very talky. They were there to pick me up for whatever reason. I can't say they were really outside of the other dream people. Like they were, but they weren't. Like I can tell they were a little bit different. Like they're almost like they felt like an authority figure in that kind of place, whatever the place it was. Like they were like cops but they seemed bad. They seemed evil. They didn't seem like good guys. They came to get me, and subsequently they took me to some kind of safe house. Is what I just knew it was. I don't know if it's described as that, but they were taking me out of my scenario. And although I didn't realize it at the time, my thinking back on it when I woke up was that, they came to gut me. They came to gut me. They came and got me because I made the phone call. Maybe they were somehow representatives of that dimensional space or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know how dreams work. Dreams still confuse me. I've studied them and did a lot of experimentation. Still no further up the road on them than I ever was. But anyway, so they brought me to this sort of safe house, and then they left to get someone. They were getting someone to come talk to me. So I was like, wow, I'm really fucked. I wasn't scared, but I did sense that there was some kind of urgency to this situation that was outside the norm, So anyway, while this is happening, some friends of mine stopped by. And in my mind, I'm thinking, these guys got to get out of here because these guys are going to kill them if they find them here. And I started telling them, yeah, look, these guys came and got me. They brought me here. And they're like, no, don't worry about it. What they did is they'd come to help. They'd come to help take me out, release me from these two dudes. And one of the guys there, I know for sure, one of my friends there, and he was a friend, had had some power. And they had left these relics on the table there where I was sitting, and I don't know if they were meant to do something or keep me there, whatever the case was, but they left these, and they were looking at these my friends were looking at the relics on this table like, no, this isn't good, what is it? And they're trying to work them. And then the two guys came back and things got real tense. They weren't like the bad guys, I guess call them bad guys, weren't like worried. They were just like, you know, we're going to dispatch of your friends if you don't get rid of them. And one of my friends who had some power, he's like, I can do this, I can take these guys, I can do this. And he's looking at me like I can. And I said, no, go. Just I sent them away. I don't know why, like, I wasn't looking for I guess I didn't think they could take them. Or maybe I was just trying to see where this was all going. So the main dude who they brought to meet me, thought it was going to be, you know, I was expecting something really evil. He was this old man. He was like this old, again, Asian man. A lot of Asians in this one. And he started talking to me like just about normal things. Like, hey, what are you, just asking me questions and stuff. He sent the other two guys away. They're kind of scary guys. And they were scary, like they weren't scary to me, but they had like this ancient sort of evil kind of thing about them. So then they called the phone I had used, which you can't usually use. And they said, hey, come pick us up. Tell old man, the main guy, to come pick us up. The old main guy who they wanted to bring to talk to me he looked like a regular, kindly old man. You know how kindly old men look. And I forget how things really went at that point, but it ended around then. Oh, my wife woke me up by mistake. She was using the microwave or something, and I forget, she made some kind of noise and woke me up. And I didn't think of any of this as significant in any way, although all dreams sort of are, I guess. Until later, when I was having my coffee, 2 cigarette sit down in the morning in the bathroom and thinking, wow, that was significant. I used the phone. I immediately was picked up, taken to some place. This guy showed up to ask me questions. In between, my friend stopped by to try to get me out of it. It felt very much not real, but it wasn't the same kind of flow. And I had to think, like, well, the dream technology, whatever it is tied to all this other stuff. So if the veil's breaking down, and you're seeing that Ringo Starr's old lizard, and you're seeing that the glitches with Matrix and all this other stuff, and you're realizing things, then why wouldn't the dream world be affected by this? And Ringo Starr is a lizard, but yeah, you'd have to be something to be that lucky. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what it is. That was the first time that I remembered something like that happening upon waking up. Usually, too, when you have a dream and you wake up in the morning, by the time the afternoon rolls around, you don't remember any details of it. So I figured I'd get it down. But yeah, just something to watch, something to be aware of, that all this tech, I think, is tied together. This illusion tech that we power ourselves with our energy to create this illusion around us. Dreams maybe going the same way. Maybe they were just old IT guys of that system. I don't know. This is Waikiki, but not much walking, because I wanted to make sure I got this before it. Sometimes when I'm walking and talking, it's a lot harder to collect my thoughts. That's why I'm the and guy. When I stand still. So I guess I can't. I've never tried walking and chewing bubblegum at the same time. I don't think that's in my toolbox. All right. Don't blame the teacher. Blame the school.